And Wahiba shouts out to you. Says, stand down. Throw your ring in the bushes, or she dies. And it's Tarin's... Actually, it's not Tarin's turn. We got guard women inside, too. This one chases after Zook, because she has a death wish. These two both fucking get blown backwards. You're kind of blowing them at an angle, so they kind of crash into the wall and into each other. This one here still has her sword out. And she looks around the room and sees the rest of the mercenaries have laid down their blades. She holds her sword out, and you see her morale is wavering, and you're still maintaining this wind in front of you. And she saw what happened with the tentacles.
Wasn't me.
And she says to you, she says, the daughter didn't want this job. She says, the serpents were never meant to serve these people. Then she puts her longsword down on the table in front of you.
Cool.
And then she just stands there and she's staring at you. That was her turn. So I guess it brings us to Tarin.
Yeah.
So none of them, there are none left to intimidate. They've all thrown down their weapons in this room.
All of them have placed their weapon down. These two here, these two are still getting their asses blown against the wall by this gust of wind. But looking around, the mercenaries, they watched the conversation. They heard what was said. They heard the accusations, and they saw the Udocs flee at the first sign. And everybody who's standing in the room right now can make an insight check. I'll put it at DC 12.
I failed.
Of course.
5.
Yep.
Wait,
Arik.
1.
22.
That'll do it.
DC 12?
Yeah.
Yes.
Khalil. Mercenary companies, in your experience, are loyal to gold above all else, but
Okay.
their loyalty to their patrons at times has been known to waver. Many of these mercenary companies have their own ideals, their own paths that they follow. And note, because you killed your history check last session about the serpents.
Yeah.
And you know that the daughter, in particular, kind of took this company over to escape slavery, and many of her conscripts were former slaves themselves. You know that whatever the Udocs are paying them is an outrageous amount of money, simply because this company, capable as they are, abhors slavery. So it's not really that curious to you when you see, like, when the chips really hit the fan, when they're meant to fight these people who they have no truck with, these people who stood against the giants, etc. They have, like, the money's not worth it at this point. And Arik, you get that sense too, but not to that extreme, because Khalil kills that history check. So it makes, to you, it's like, it doesn't happen commonly. Like, a mercenary company breaking their own contract is not typically a good thing out in the sands, but it's not totally unheard of, and especially in an extreme situation like this.
Okay. Cool.
Tarin, would you like to take a turn?
Yeah. So
like
everyone
to
here
do?
surrendered, basically?
Defines, like, they haven't
Yeah,
surrendered to you. They're not at your mercy, but they show no signs of wanting to continue to fight you.
I'll just sort of motion with my sword, back off, get away from your sword, stand along the wall. I don't want to hurt any of you anymore that I already have.
And they regard your words, and they don't do what you ask. They don't line up along the wall. But the one that was speaking to Arik turns to you. Says, they're going to send us after you. Says, if you're going to escape, now's the time.
I mean, if they didn't want to be here, I'd be better off with you running it, apparently, than these people. Step off the table.
You wait. Rephrase, like, say that again. I want to make sure I heard that correctly.
That's probably actually using information Tarin doesn't know. So,
okay.
Now I think about it. So, because I haven't been too involved in the mercenary company politics, so I'll just step off the table. Well, I really wanted to go after these guys and hit them with a suggestion, but I guess I can't. I'll move towards the door because it sounds like there's still a scuffle outside. That's a double move, right?
Eldove, you've been ordered to throw your ring into the bushes, and if you don't, something really, really bad is going to happen.
Okay, who's holding her?
The 4 guard, like, they've still got her manacled. She's still being restrained by 4 of these women, but they've all got an arm on her, and their long swords are... All of the guards around her have drawn, and they're pointed at her neck. Which is bare. She's not wearing her armor. She thought she was going to a dinner party.
Alright.
Yeah, because only crazy people wear armor to dinner parties.
I don't know their clothes.
Armor is cool, man.
I will, I'm hasted as fuck, so I can pick this back up again if I have to. So
Yeah.
I'll toss the ring to the side. Like
Okay.
Good, like, far enough that, like, it looks like it's far away from me.
Well, you could toss it far, or you could toss it to the ground in front of you. Like,
Well, I can toss it, like, 10 feet, but I mean, like... It's
Okay.
pretty far.
She indicated the bushes along the side of the road.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's also into the bushes.
I mean, they're not far from you. It's like, yeah, we'll say 10 feet. That's appropriate. So you toss it.
And, I'm gonna make a persuasion check. I'm gonna say, do you really want to kill an unarmed woman who has done nothing wrong but help defend this town?
Okay, go ahead and make it. Nice. Okay, what is that with bonuses?
That's a 23.
Some of the longswords drop away from Ironglove's neck, but not all of them. And the answer comes back from Wahiba. She says, "Our wishes are immaterial. We have our orders." Is that your action, or are you going to take an action?
Yeah, I was considering that my action, so I'll just say that's my action.
Okay. Khalil. Looks like the guardswomen are letting you out of the room.
Before I leave the room, with my with their weapon, with that one chick's weapon. Say what you will about slavery, but at least slaves are treated with justice, justly in Kiska. Lock the fuck out.
But you stole her sword.
Yeah.
Okay. She's like, "I'm all about justice and honor. Nice sword that I took from you." When he walks out.
Wait, Khalil, don't leave.
Laws of war is totally lawful, though.
Arik.
I
Not
turn
with
off.
my dragon armor.
I turn off the gust of wind.
Okay, you can turn the faucet off.
Yeah.
It goes away.
I grab one of the dinner rolls that is knocked over on the table.
Okay.
It's put it in my mouth, eat it.
Still hot and
And then
buttery
make
and
my-
delicious.
Excellent, and make my way out while staring at them the whole time.
Zook!
Zook is still invisible and is going to quietly continue to close the distance between himself and Iron Gloves.
I'm going to say if you double move, you can get up there this turn, but not take another action. And I'm only saying that because Eldove and Orphan were both hasted coming out of the room. You can get up to the group of guards. So you'll pass Eldove and get up to the group of guards if you double move.
And I don't want to actually like I don't want to be all up in their shit, but I want to get like to a point where basically my idea is to circle around behind them. They're facing the direction I'm coming from,
Yes.
so I'm actually going to take kind of a wide arc around them. So I'm probably like beside them a few feet away now.
Okay. Now, beyond them, you see where Orphan has pummeled 2 of them to death right there in the road.
Cool.
Cool. Gotcha. Poor innocent slave owners are no longer in the picture. So come back around to Orphan with blood on her hands in front of God and everybody.
All right. How many? Okay. First off, how far away am I from the group?
Let's since we're not doing anything in this. Sorry about that. Since we're not doing anything in this table anymore, I'm going to shit can it. I'm going to get the village back out. If everybody.
Okay.
Next.
Fine.
Totally legit.
Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. So we can
Hey,
get
our
kind
dice
of
are back.
There we go. Okay.
Brick, do you mind if I ready an action? I know it's kind of late, but
I will let you ready in action because talking is a free action. Even though you said I consider this my action.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can ready in action.
All right. If
So
any of the guards go to kill Iron Glove, I cast Scorching Ray on them before they can.
Okay,
Scorching Ray has no material components.
I'm going to go ahead and place you guys where I understand you to be. Where is Orphan?
Oh, okay.
I'm up here.
So yeah, so Orphan, you were running up towards the guardhouse, yes?
Yeah.
So where... Okay, wait. This is going to just represent the group of guards that Orphan ran just past. The ones that are holding Iron Glove, etc. Let's get them off the grid here. No grid. Good. Whoops, that was the space bar. That was the wrong button entirely. So yeah, they've got them here. Eldove is about up here. Zook, you circled around.
Right, because I'm trying not to give away my invisibility by footsteps, so I'm kind of trying to flank them. I'm trying to run around them right now.
Let's put you in this bush here then, because you didn't quite get up to where Orphan is yet.
Okay, fair enough.
So you're about in this bush. You've just passed up Eldove.
Yeah.
Eldove might actually be a little bit back. Something like that. And then everybody else is just leaving the building. So you're coming out the gate.
Eldove has a ready to action, so he's going to ready his Mega Buster.
They're ready that shit.
Hey,
Charging.
you lost your Mega Buster.
Orphan,
Charge shot.
what's happening, man?
Okay, so I have a question.
Yeah.
You said cannot do non-lethal damage, and I respect that.
Yeah.
But what I have in mind involves doing damage potentially to Iron Glove.
If it's an attack
Wait,
that is
what?
indiscriminate, then it will hurt her. Now, the benefit you have going for you is that Iron Glove has a lot more hit points than any of these guards women.
Shoot the hostage.
All right, that's what I'm gonna do.
Now, here, because she is so restrained and because she has these swords around her neck, their attacks won't even roll damage. I'm going to consider it a coup de grace.
Right.
But anything you do to her, I would have on the regular damage scale because you're not trying to kill her.
Gotcha. Okay. In that case, it's time for me to grab some D10s.
Uh-oh, what's happening?
Gonna spend 2 key points to do Fist of the Crashing Waves.
I think I'm going to feel pretty good about the fact that I set up that ready to action before this happened.
How many scorching rays can you fire, though?
Oh, all of them.
All of them? But how many is all of them? Are we talking 12 scorching rays?
We are talking...
Oh, that's a bad roll. Okay.
10 Scorching Rays.
10?
8,
18 damage?
18 damage to Iron Glove.
Okay.
And she is pushed 20 feet.
So she's pushed 20 feet.
Yep. This is assuming she doesn't make a save, but I don't know why she would want to since I'm saving her life here.
She failed the save. So,
Okay.
Ooh, nice.
I mean, yeah, you're saving her life, but she doesn't know what the hell you're doing. She's got her back face to you.
Right.
So, you push forward this fist of water, and it slams Iron Glove. She's being restrained by 4 guards women. And it shoves her forward. One of them loses her grip entirely. The other 3 are carried along with her. Now, how far does she go?
20 feet.
20 feet, so I don't have Iron Glove out here anymore, I don't think.
See, what I'm actually picturing is Orphan, like, doing the Avatar The Last Airbender, like, just pulling just diverting the river. Just that way.
You didn't get what you wanted, because she was being held tightly by some of these, so I gave them all a strength check. 3 of them passed. So one of them lost her grip. Iron Glove went forward 20 feet, but the others moved along with her. So she's still going to be restrained. But you've thrown them off kilter a little bit.
Yeah, here's the thing. If they move along with her, I think it's fair to say that they're also prone. Because what it does is it knocks 20 feet and catches them prone.
But you can only target one creature with that, right?
Yes.
And the one you targeted was Iron Glove, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm gonna give him a dex save then.
Okay.
And one of them passed. So Iron Glove, the force of it knocks her to the ground. One of the guardsmen loses her grip immediately. The others are carried forward. So the end result is Iron Glove's laying face first on the ground, and one of the guardsmen is laying on top of her, and one of them's laying on the ground next to her. The last one, however, she still has a hold on the dwarf, still has her longsword in her hand, and she's still ready for action in any direction.
Okay. If there's only one left, then I'm going to run up to that. So that's a 90-foot movement I get.
Yeah, they're well within 90 feet at this point.
All right. And close in on that last one who's still got the sword up.
Okay.
And 2 attacks here.
Okay. Which might turn into 3 attacks. Then you spend key points and get flurry of blows. And...
You know how it goes sometimes.
Just go
All right.
ham on her.
These will both hit. Let's see, where's my damage dice?
These poor women only have 11 hit points, you guys.
Oh, she's dead then.
So,
Right.
and you thought you felt this fire subside, but then you got this idea to push Iron Glove away from danger, and when you see it didn't work the way you wanted, just you feel it well up inside again, and just the hatred that burns for this one woman who still has a hand on your ally, and you don't even see what happens. By the time you, by the time your vision clears, she too is laying on the ground bloodied, not moving, and you're standing right next to her over this pile of guardswomen in the street.
Okay.
And now it's the guardswoman's turn. Eldove, you have a held action, so let's see. There were 4 guardswomen. They ran into 3. Orphan has killed 3, so there's 4 left. Of those, 1 is Wahiba, and 3 are laying... 1 is Wahiba, 1 is standing next to Orphan, and the other 2 are laying on the ground next to Iron Glove. So go ahead and roll all the Scorching Rays you want against these 4 targets, because their intent is all 4 of these people are going to shove swords into this dwarf.
Okay.
But you have a held action, so burn them all alive.
I need 8 more d20s.
Now, how are you getting all of these Scorching Rays?
Scorching Ray cast at a level 4. Wait, actually, no, never mind. Cast at a level 4.
Yeah.
And then doubled with
So
my.
you're using your
Your
twin
twin
spell?
cast.
I'm using twinning. I'm twinning it.
So that gives you 8?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that gives me. It starts at 3.
Yeah, it's 10.
That gives me 10.
It gives you 10. Okay.
Overkill. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hold on. I'm gonna pull up a video for chat.
Nodal,
Thanks.
any of these you miss, I'm going to roll percentile, because you've got this just pile of bodies. I'm going to roll a percentile to give a chance for you to hit Iron Glove. So don't miss with any of these.
Fine, I'll roll them 1 at a time then. And every time I'll ask if someone's dead.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Alright. Damage is...
What's the... Yeah, you know, is it, like... How difficult is it to
2d6
do...
plus 5 for every single one.
Okay, so it'll be very difficult for you to do less than 11 damage.
Right.
So, okay, you've killed 1. We'll
Right.
fast track that part.
What am I aiming for?
11 for the guards.
Oh yeah, that hits.
That hits. So you've killed the second one.
Wasting my invisibility, you chuckle fucks are just
Killed
gonna
the
magic
third
them
one.
to death.
And you've killed the third one.
And who's the last one?
Wahiba.
Wahiba.
And her AC is 17. She is a veteran.
That hits.
Okay. Now you gotta roll damage on this, because she's got a lot of hit points.
Eight plus 5 is 13.
Okay. Hold on, let me calculate her up. Okay.
I'm curious, how much HP does she have?
Lots. I'll let you know.
Alright.
That hits.
Okay, actually, give me 1 second, please.
Like they were just slaughtering these people. We
I know.
were acting so non-violent inside.
Good alliance.
You are slaughtering these people.
Be right back, everyone.
You are slaughtering these people.
That's
Hey,
true.
No
It's
part of
basically
this.
it's basically just Orphan and,
Okay.
and Eldove.
I'm sorry, how much
And
damage did
Eldove
the
had a
second one
ready
do?
action to defend the lives of the innocent. Eldove is at least neutral here.
How much damage was the second one?
The second one didn't get rolled yet.
Okay, roll damage for the second one if it hit. Nice.
11 plus 5 is 16.
Okay, keep going. Oh, and before you go any further, can I just point out that of these 3 lieutenants, only one was lawful good, and it was Wahiba. You keep going.
God damn it.
Whatever. She's aiming to coup de grace, this woman. Lawful good as I am.
Okay.
9 plus 5 is 14.
Okay.
You can signal to surrender anytime now.
Yeah, does she tap out? Like,
Nope, not yet. I mean, you're throwing all these scorching rays, like, at the same time.
11.
11. Keep going.
Like,
All
I'm
right,
just
wow.
that miss.
A miss.
And it goes wide.
like,
Hits
I'm just
Orphan in the
imagining-
face. Now Orphan's
This is
physically deformed.
This is just
That should
Irvine
hit.
from Final Fantasy VIII and Limit Break, where he's just posing before every shot goes off.
Out of his little finger guns.
Boom!
I just posted
11.
Okay.
the link to Mega Man's Final Smash.
That hits.
Jesus Christ.
Like instead of other Mega
9.
Mans, it's other Red Dragons.
Okay.
To be fair, this is what he's doing instead of Wall of Fire today.
That's true.
It's a miss.
That goes wide, and you're
How many
fine.
more
It hits
do you
nothing.
have?
I've got 2 more.
Miss.
That's a miss.
Okay. This is very tense. That'll hit. Roll good. Roll high. That's good.
That's pretty high.
That's a 16.
16. You throw Scorching Ray, and you see immediately the look of surprise on these women's faces that the rays are not coming out of your ring. You're just flinging them out of your hands. And the first 3 blow these women off their feet, and they sit scalding in the road. And then you just start hammering them over and over at Wahiba, and she's taking it, and she's taking it. And you see her sword, she raises it up to go to Iron Glove's neck, and the last one that you throw hits her in the arm and just scorches it. And that's it. She can't take it anymore. You see her visage, her eyes just roll backwards, and she falls onto the ground, and she is smoking. And Iron Glove is sitting there, breathing heavily, with her eyes closed. And she hears the bodies collapsing around her. She says, "Someone get these goddamn things off my hands!"
I will walk over and...
Are we out of combat?
Yeah, we are.
Okay. Zook will take care of that then.
Zook, you go over, and these manacles, it's very clear that they don't have any dwarf-sized manacles. She can just slip straight out. She's been trying to break them.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
Zook, no, hold on. Zook puts on a show like he's picking the lock and freeing her.
Okay.
And slides them off of her.
I mean, you don't have to put it on a show. You can pick the lock. I mean, it's right there. You just pop it.
Yeah, but he doesn't just slide them out. He picks the lock.
That's why I had Eldove make an investigation check to see if he noticed that she's wearing large, like, manacles that are bigger than her wrists.
Jesus
But no, I mean,
Christ.
she could have slipped them with some effort, but she was trying to break free of them.
Oh, not the sharpest tool in the shed, I see. Okay,
Nodal,
fine.
you got her by 3 hit points.
Oh, get fucked, basically.
Okay.
Khalil's gonna run up the main street
Okay.
because Haas is probably still sitting at the inn. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Fuck Haas. I
So-
Well,
still
Khalil's
bring
also
him...
got his own shit over there too.
Everybody, I'm going to give everybody a 5-minute action before all hell breaks loose and the rest of the guards descend upon you. So the first question is anybody's action doing anything other than going back to the mug for Haas or going to get the boat ready?
Tarin was going to cast fly on himself and go to get the boat ready.
Okay, so is anybody doing anything that's not those 2 things?
Nope, I'm going straight to the boat.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to the fucking boat.
Okay.
Wait, I'm going to the fucking boat and I'm crafting us a fucking sail. Because I have seen fuckers shooting balls of wind
I wonder. Yeah, I was about. I wonder if that would help if I could do that.
I forget. There's a physics reason why that doesn't work. It involves like, can you just put a big fan on a boat and have it blow itself? There's a reason why that doesn't work, but I forget why now.
But I don't know that applies to magic.
Yeah, we're talking magic here. Magic works under different rules.
Actually, I think Gust of Wind specifically, at least at one point in the old editions, it used to say can push a small ship.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I've got Elemental Attunement. I can give it some in.
I also have Gust of Wind.
Right, but my Elemental Attunement is basically a cantrip. It's not a spell.
Okay.
Wait, are you
and-
elementally
way
attuned
more
to the
handy.
water?
Let's refocus here. Is anybody doing anything other than those two things?
Where is my bow?
Where is your back at the inn? I imagine.
Okay, yeah, I go for my gear because I'm not leaving back behind my frickin'
Two of you
bow,
could
so-
easily collect all of the gear from all the rooms.
Yeah.
No, let me rephrase that. Two of you that doesn't include Zook.
Okay, Zook says, "Grab my bow."
So put yourself where you're going.
What the fucking boat?
I'm thinking.
Actually,
where
you know
is
what?
the boat?
Zook is going for his bow
Your
because he's not
boat
going to be any
is
help.
just where you guys left it. I mean, you guys said
I
you
don't
brought it up
remember
ashore
that
over here.
There.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm on the boat.
going to the store would be its own thing, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
But my question is, because if anybody's doing anything else, we're going to play that out first. But if you're going to go to the store, put yourself on the store, and we'll resolve that first.
I'm flying. I'm doing flying recon at this point.
Okay.
Is Iron Glove coming with us, or is she booking her on her own?
No, Iron Glove's going to the boat with you guys.
Okay.
Awesome.
Make sure to get anything she needs from her room.
Actually, Zook might want to... If you guys are going to collect equipment, these doors are going to be locked, so you might need Zook's help. Unless you're going to break them down.
Well, Zook was coming anyhow because he
Okay.
wants his bow.
Gotcha.
Like he wants to
Arik.
go grab it.
You run down the street with your companions for a few minutes. Or for a few seconds, rather. You pass the store, and something in your conscience makes you walk in. And you walk in, and beneath... What's the young boy's name? There was a young boy, too.
Benipe.
No, Benipe was the old man.
Benipe was the old man, and he was
Hanhar.
the store assistant.
Yeah, Hanhar. Benipe and Hanhar are in here, tending to some business, having an argument over inventory, and they see you walk in, and they see that you're breathing heavily and covered in sweat and looking a little disheveled. And they snap to attention as you enter.
Listen, I can't go into the details now. All hell is about to break loose. We were attacked at the manor. They were trying to accuse us of bringing in the hill giants. They think it was our doing. Some of us, not me, some of us had attacked the guards. We don't know what's going to happen, but you should know this just in case they decide to take it out on you or some of the other slaves or something.
Benipe hears what you said. And you see his face kind of contort a little bit, like he's about to say something. And after a moment, he reaches under the counter, grabs his spear, and then he hops the counter and comes towards you. Says, "Can you fit me on your boat?" And when he says that,
shit.
Hanhar throws up his hands. Says, "Master, if you leave Lady Misery, she will beat me within an inch of my life." And Benipe spins his spear around. Says that I'll end it now if you want. But you're not keeping me behind. And he looks back to you. Says, "How about it? Is there room for me in your boat?"
Absolutely.
And so he leaves with you, but Hanhar does not. Hanhar pleads and pleads for Benipe to not leave until you are out the door. Where do you go from there?
To the boat.
To the boat.
Immediately to the boat at that point.
You guys get to the inn.
Oh, wait. I don't want this to come up 3 sessions down. So, before I go to the boat, I grab my fucking ring from the bush.
Oh, no, Come on, would I screw you like that?
Yes, you would.
You guys go to the inn, and with there's nobody here. I mean, the people who are running the inn don't know what just happened. And the 2 Tieflings who are in charge of the mug are both up at the manor house. So you guys managed to go upstairs. Zook, make me 3. No,
should've
2.
said something to the boy. Fuck.
2 checks. Thieves. You can add your dexterity thieves tools checks.
Okay.
These are to pick the 2 doors that you don't have keys to.
All right. That's 16 plus 3 plus 3, so that's
That's fine.
22.
Yeah, that's fine.
Obliterates it, and that'll be 11 plus plus 4. So yeah, that'll be 15, 18.
Okay. Khalil,
Yo.
you and Zook weren't staying in the same room, so you have keys to 2 of the 4 doors. And you get in there, gather your stuff. Zook, you pick the other 2, and the 2 of you manage to get all the shit together.
Sweet.
Okay.
And where do you go from there? Back to the boat? If you
Oh, yeah.
don't say back to the boat, I'm gonna be like, motherfucker, what next?
Nope, back to the boat. That's fine.
You get back to the boat. Those of you who get the boat ready, you're pulling it down. At this point, you start to see some of the guardswomen emerge from the guardhouse up on the hill. And within a few minutes, Arik and Benipe, dressed in his shopkeeper's garb, he still has the burn mark of the Udox on his shoulder, but he's carrying his spear. And he comes up to the boat. He looks at... Tarin, you're there, right?
I'm flying. I'm doing
You're flying.
reconnaissance.
He looks over to Eldove. He's permission to come aboard, Captain.
Granted.
And he hops in the boat. Iron Glove's already in the boat. And a few seconds later, Khalil and Zook come up behind, and Zook is holding all the weapons in his arms out in front of him.
Clink, clink, clink,
As
clink.
fast as his stubby little legs can carry him.
And Haas is with us too.
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Fuck that guy.
If you guys don't pull down the river immediately, the guardswomen are going to get on top of you, and there's going to be an altercation. Is there any reason anybody doesn't want to pull down the river immediately?
No.
No.
We are
This
leaving
town.
such a mess
done.
behind.
We're done.
Okay,
Oh,
so
these poor slaves.
you pull northward for a few minutes, and then you reach the iron door. Now what?
Not north, south.
Oh, I'm
South.
sorry. Yeah, you pull south, and
South, you idiot butt.
on it, like, how long do you guys pull for? How long do you guys go?
I'm not planning on stopping.
No, I'm not.
All through
I'm
the
not
night?
good.
Yeah.
All right, let me roll for Knowles.
No
You
plans
pull
on
out into
stopping.
the night, and it's after midnight now. And looking way off in the distance to your southeast, very, very faintly, you see the silvered fog.
Man, F that guy.
Tarin,
F that guy.
Yes.
you receive a message in your mind, very familiar to you. Somebody's using the sending spell, and the message is simply, "How did you find the Udox hospitality?" And it's the voice that you heard when you were conversing through the sending stone you found on the giants.
Somewhat lacking. Seems like a very unhappy marriage between them and the serpents right now. Not upset about that.
So what's the plan from here?
Get back to the ship. Like, honestly, I'll sleep on the ship and we can row and pole in shifts for all I care.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have any people men with us this time.
Yeah, no, I mean, we got people to take turns, right?
Did we want to? Wasn't there a landmark we were gonna investigate on the way back?
The
Are we just gonna-
Knolls?
Or
No.
are we just gonna go back to the ship? And at this point?
Does Zook point out that he still wants to go and loot the Knolls? Is this in character?
Do you, Zook?
Zook, I imagine this will be like in the wee hours of the morning by the time we pass that landmark.
It'll be
And Zook-
days.
Okay.
That was the
Eldove
first
uses
day.
Mage Hand to slap Zook in the back of the head.
Let's play this out. What does Zook say?
Zook just mentions, and he's not. He's.
What does he say?
He says, well, I'm trying to remember out of character what it was that we marked that we.
You
were
guys had a skirmish
landmarking.
with Knowles, and you saw the trail leading into the desert, but you didn't investigate it.
Did we want to
And
investigate?
you marked
that
it
thing?
because you said you were going to investigate it on the way back.
Do we still want to? And Zook just sort of asks, like, did we still want to investigate that thing out in the desert?
Right now, I'm just going to be happy to be back on the ship, fill my flask back up, and have a good night's sleep as opposed to being on the river poling.
Oh, you're not gonna have a good night's sleep for a while, Captain.
Tarin, so you sleep in the boat, pulling southward.
Yep.
Bad dreams.
Yeah, you have bad dreams. And the first part of the dream is exactly the same. You see your ship, styled as the Flumph. The Flumph's swirling around overhead. You hit the rift, the ship changes form. And this time, the figure you see in front of you, you hear very, very heavy breathing. And as you approach, you see Warwanax. And you see
Oh, boy.
yourself. And you look up to look at your face, and your face doesn't look like it's your own. It looks contorted. It looks like something has warped it. It looks like it's enjoying what it's doing. And you see this thing that is you press a red-hot sword into Warwanax's flesh, and he lets out a roar. And by the time the roar subsides, you're no longer looking at a view of the ship. Now you're looking at a beach on a bright day. And there are people crowded around this naked, half-skinned, white dragonborn body, and one of them's going at it with a filleting knife. And you look at it, and the head of Warwanax snaps up to you, and its eyes open, and you see that familiar face. The mouth opens up, and you see the cold start to emanate in his throat. And again, you wake up with such fervor in the ship that the whole longboat rocks side to side. And you have 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay.
And everybody notices this. Everybody notices Tarin immediately snaps up. He's covered in a cold sweat. He spent the last few minutes kind of murmuring to himself in his dream, like, and he snaps up with such force that the whole ship kind of rocks side to side. Benipe and Ironglove's helping Poling, by the way, and she looks. They look at him and look at the rest of you, and they look very concerned.
Dream Captain?
Worse than normal, yeah.
What are they normally like?
Oh, not so bad. Sure, you have to kind of open your mind a little bit to actually sort of try and understand what's going on, but it's actually not that bad once you get used to it.
Does this dream have some meaning?
Tarin, roll a persuasion check.
Is there an onion in it?
The onion dream. No.
No, this dream is the worst. Is that a toilet roll I see?
I think his charisma's good.
I've got +8 on this, so that's a 17.
Oh,
Okay. I'm going to let the other player characters decide how they react to your playing this off, but you seem to have appeased Benipe and Ironglove. And they go back to polling.
This isn't the first time I've heard him wake up like this.
It is.
Oh, is it? No.
Yes.
It's not the first
I
time
thought I
I've
would have
heard
heard him
that.
in the inn.
I'm a little
used to it.
suspicious based on what he told me when we were hiding in the bushes about like the weird things that he didn't want to bring back.
Okay. Yes, Tarin, you have a point of... Do you know what that means, or do I have to explain
Yeah,
it?
disadvantage on ability checks.
Yep, disadvantage on all ability checks. You still get the benefit of the long sleep. You still get the benefit of a long rest. You just have that 1 point of exhaustion now. It is not coming from your lack of sleep. Everybody make an investigation check. Zook, you make it at advantage.
Investigation.
Does that effectively come down to skill checks too then? Since they're basically
Yes.
ability scores?
All of-
Or, okay.
Yeah, a skill check is a type of ability check.
That's what I thought. Okay, so I have to roll this again. Yeah.
Investigation.
I
Mine's an
need 2
8.
dice for like the rest of the game then. Someone took my other die. It was a 3, so I'm bad.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I failed.
I got 19 plus a lot of stuff.
Did anybody else beat a 15?
Yes.
Zook, you see it first. You see the spot along the desert after another day and a half of pulling. Now that you're going with the current, you're moving a little swifter. What current there is in this shallow-ass river. You see the spot where you marked, where you were going to investigate on the way back. If you're going to speak up, it's now or never.
No, and I say, like I said before, with middling enthusiasm, hey, do we want to check out that thing that we said we were going to check out on the way back when we weren't dragging Traeger with us? God rest his bones.
The Udocs are going to dig him up and eat him.
Orphan just shrugs and say, if
The
you
more
say so.
time, the more time we stop, the more time we spend, the more time they have to catch up to us.
Yeah, I agree.
Do we think
I
they're going
just-
to pursue us down the river?
Not really, but
as-
I would
let me
prefer
think.
to be safe. The fact of the matter is, I don't know. It sounds like they might have some morale problems from here. So I don't know how well that mercenary company is going to keep together with them.
Khalil?
If I was in power, I would send people.
Khalil and Arik can both make a Wiz 10 save. Tarin, you can make it too if you want, but it's going to be disadvantaged.
Save.
Not a save, a check. Just Wiz 10.
Okay. So let's say, what are we saving against? Nat 20.
Okay.
16.
That one.
Arik and Khalil were in the room when the mercenary company laid down their weapons. Khalil especially. You get the sense that the serpents, if they're ordered to go after you, will instead choose to break their contract with the Udox.
Okay.
So the chances of you being followed this far down the river are fairly slim. The other thing that makes you think that is there are magical ways of communication, and the serpents could have intercepted you by pulling contacts with another company somewhere upriver. So you haven't seen any resistance yet. All my Gnoll checks have gone under what it needed to be.
Okay.
You definitely feel like you're in the free and clear.
I'll pass that. I'll pass that along then.
Okay.
Have we gotten the benefit of any rest, or is it?
Yes, everybody has had the benefit of a long rest, as long as you're not polling 24/7, because
Which
nothing
we
has
would be
interrupted
doing
you.
shifts,
I did roll. I rolled for Knowles. Did the Knoll roll? But we're good.
Roll, roll. We've been taking turns though.
So are we going back to the ship?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I thought we were good to stop then. If we wanted to stop.
Do you really want to stop and go investigate Knowles?
Zook really does.
I'm really interested at this point to see what we've got from the books. It's been a long time.
Yeah.
That's a
true.
good point. We do have that whole
Plus-
necromancer trying to kill us.
Oh
thing.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Plus
By
we
the way,
can-
new guys, we have a I don't actually say that. At this
And
point.
were we
So we could drop off the new guys.
were we following Knowles or were we following Giants? Because if we were following Giants, we're just going to meet up with that Giant King. again.
No.
There's
No,
both, but yeah.
And you took down this pack of Knolls and you found a magic weapon amongst them.
Which is on Book's possession, or Poem's possession, actually.
Wait.
Yeah, you gave it to Poem.
You
Yes,
gave
she was supposed to identify it. She never got back to us. Remember? We
Yeah.
asked.
Oh no, she identified it and gave it back. I forgot you had done that. No, it's a +1 glaive. She's not going to run off with your magic weapon.
Oh,
No. No, that's,
Plus one glaive.
come on. Yeah, +1
Glaive.
glaive.
Pull
Do you,
on type weapon.
Do you want a +1 great glaive, Eric?
Would you
sure.
prefer Guisarm?
Sure.
I don't know if the
Um,
trident has specific religious significance to you, but the +1 glaive is pretty sweet.
Great. Thanks. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So they had at least one magic weapon. That's why we marked the location. Now, I knew there was a reason we marked the location. It wasn't just hey Knowles. It was hey.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
yeah,
the
you found a magic
item.
weapon on them. That's why you...
Also, I mean, it's been half a week. I don't know how we could follow the trail at this point. I
Nope.
really don't want to bother in character.
They passed the investigation. They found the trail.
Yeah, but
Zook and Khalil.
I would do it. I'm down with following some Knowles. We
Do
gotta
we wanna
at least get something from this fucking journey.
Do we want to investigate that at the start of next week? Because I need to.
It won't take but a few minutes.
Okay,
No,
well,
we're-
Tarin, if everyone else wants to, Tarin will go along, but he's obviously looking a little bit worse for the wear, which is
Very
odd
much.
given the way he normally acts. Like, this is weird.
When you didn't tell any of us, you didn't let on to any of us that you have exhaustion. So
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you guys saw him wake up with a great bit of alarm, and I'm going to leave it up to everybody else how they take that. So, yes or no on the tracks?
Yeah, if they want
Sure.
to, Tarin will go along.
You march inland.
Tarin. Okay.
Is everybody going, or is somebody staying back at the ship, or what?
Because I was going to offer to stay behind with Tarin.
Okay.
No,
No.
Tarin's totally going along. He's going to make nothing of this.
What are
Okay. All right. I'll go along then.
Okay.
what are our NPC companions doing? Because we have 3 of them in tow. So
I mean, Iron Glove looks excited at the prospect of possible treasure.
okay.
What was the other guy's name?
Benipe.
Benipe.
Benipe, and then
The last one you have is
you.
Haas.
and then hey you.
You follow the tracks only for a couple of hours, just long enough to kind of lose sight of the river. You find this filthy camp, which is uninhabited at this point. Looks like this pack of Knolls saw you guys coming up the river and decided to come and do their thing. Does somebody have the treasure sheet open to write it all down?
you want to handle this, Captain?
I've got it.
Okay. It looks like they waylaid a sand elf merchant. That's where they got their fine elven-made weapons. Oh, wait, the glaive is also silvered. I forget if I mentioned that. It's +1 silvered glaive.
All right. Cool.
So among
I'll
the
write that
camp,
down.
you find 764 copper pieces, 2437 silver pieces, 2135 gold pieces,
Damn.
61 platinum pieces.
You guys wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Wrapped up in a heavy cloth, you find, in relatively good condition, an oil painting depicting a female Sand Elf warrior. She's armed with a spear that looks like the spears you took off the gnolls. This would be valued at 33 gold. You find a large, heavy sandstone carving of a jaguar.
Jaguar?
A jaguar.
A jaguar, it sounded like.
Jaguar. Whatever. That's valued at 27 gold. But it's heavy. It's made of stone. It's going to take two of you to drag this back.
Nope.
In another heavy cloth that has a big tear in it, you open it up. It's a damaged tapestry. This one depicting the falcon-headed god Horus, god of protection and war, valued at 17 gold. You find a spell scroll, which Eldove immediately identifies haste.
I know what that looks like.
And you find a coral ring.
Detect magic?
It is. The magic, the ring and the scroll both. I've been waiting all night to finally come back home to the boat. And now I can load it back up. Two things happen when you make it back to the boat.
Okay.
Both of which we're actually going to resolve next week. The first thing is Ka has made no progress on the translation. In fact, very pointedly so. And when pressed, he points out that you told him you were going to sail him across the ocean, and instead you sailed him up the ocean and then right back to Romneus. So he has made absolutely... He's not even tried. He hasn't begun.
You can beat him.
The second
You can
thing
dangle him overboard.
is the men, when you go down to the hold, are... And Fred points this out. He's healed, by the way. Yeah, his arm's great shape. Full range of movement, he's ready to go. Some of the men are down below deck repairing a large hole that was blown in the side of the ship underneath these purple dice here. Evander has a table set up, and you see the keg of black powder sitting there.
Oh boy.
And when you come down the stairs, and the men are patching up this hole, I mean, the ship will still sail. You're not going to sink. And Evander, he looks at you, Tarin, with wonder in his eyes, and he says, "Captain, we need to talk about this black pepper."
Yes!
Science!
So good.
And that's the
Cannot
session.
wait until,
Science!
I cannot wait until Tarin starts throwing bombs at people.
Alright, now, before we level up, there is the question of all the horrible things you guys did this session. Arik!
Yeah.
You went out of your way when shit was gonna go down, things were boiling up. You went out of your way to not harm anybody, and then you did everything you could to defuse the situation afterwards. I would say that was very in line with your character. That was very good of you.
Alright.
Orphan.
Yeah.
What is Orphan's reaction to the bloodlust that came over her? Pummeling these guards to death very viciously.
She's really ashamed of not just that, but a whole bunch of, like, she thinks that the entire trip was a huge mistake, that she never should have, like, asked them to go down.
Okay.
Yeah, this is basically all your fault.
Now, you had a conversation with Rolxes and about whether or not the tail was a tether to the Nine Hells, and he said that it wasn't, but make no mistake, there is a connection.
Yeah.
What is Orphan's response to that information?
Just, like, knowing that, and now, like, having felt, you know, the bloodlust rising up within her, just, like, led her to slaughter three women in the space of about 10 seconds. She's kind of starting to wonder if there isn't something to that.
Okay. Zook.
Yeah.
I love
Also,
Zook.
the way she's been throwing fire around lately,
Yeah.
is kind of scaring her too.
Zook,
Yes.
your bond is trying to see as much of the world as possible in your life.
Yes.
What is Zook's takeaway from his sojourn up the river to the Udox village?
He has seen an ugliness of I don't know what the gnomish version of humanity is, but of civilization.
No-manity.
Yeah,
No humanity.
Well, but because it's mixed civilization. He's seen the kind of an ugliness of civilization that is leaving him a little bit disquiet.
Okay.
He's not completely shaken because I mean he obviously came through the Thieves Guild, so he's seen some bad shit, but he kind of shakes his head at the slaving and the mistrust.
Okay. Khalil.
Can I say
Yo.
one thing about his unfinished business in that town?
Yeah.
Because I actually thought about this. He very much wanted to go out of his way to not blow Amina's cover, clearly. He knows Amina was lying when she came up with injury, or he suspects she was lying, but since she's alive, he basically was going to leave her to her own devices.
Okay.
Since he made note of the fact that Iron Gloves came with him, so he will still attempt to send her the information if he can later on, if Iron Gloves gives it up.
Well, we're going to go into downtime between these two sessions, so you're going to have time to do that however you want to try it. I mean, do you want to use Tarin to do ascending? Do you want to hire...
I have criminal contacts ability. I can send a message to her pretty easily through... Well, not if we're at sea, but as soon as we get back to land, I can make criminal contacts.
Okay, so next time you get to a city, you're going to send the message along through the guild.
Basically, yeah.
Okay.
But as of now, I don't know why she was in town, other than she was working. But assuming I can get, if I ever get that information out of her, I will try to send that to Amina. So I'm not abandoning that side quest.
Okay.
For what it's worth, if it is worth anything.
Khalil,
Yo.
we have two good aligned characters in this party
Yeah.
that willingly slaughtered a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm seeing that.
And we have one evil character who didn't.
yeah.
That interests me.
It is very interesting.
Now, your bond says your loyalty is to Kiska first.
Yeah.
But your flaw is those that are accused must be guilty.
Mm-hmm.
Tarin and you and everybody else in the room were accused of being in the employ of this giant. How does Khalil rationalize that in terms of his flaw?
That is fucked up, man. That's gonna be something to puzzle over for a while.
Because, I mean, Khalil knows that he's not affiliated with this giant.
Yeah.
But what is his thought in regard to the rest of them? Because she said she had the evidence. She knows that they were conversing with this giant. Like, what is his feeling towards the rest of the group?
I would have to see that evidence for myself before I could make that kind of a judgment.
Well, the evidence that she said at the dinner was, I mean, make no bones about it, the people who own the inn were spying on all the patrons. And they knew all your
Yeah.
business. Everything that you guys did at the inn, they knew about. And some of what happened at the inn was Tarin using the sending spell and talking into the sending stone. That's what she presented as evidence. And that convinced her father and her brother.
I see. Okay.
But, so how does Khalil rationalize, now that he knows he's seen somebody who was falsely accused?
And like I said, that's fucked up. It's something he's gonna have to puzzle over. I mean,
Okay. Eldove and Tarin.
Poor Tarin.
Wow. You guys were invited to dinner. Something was said. A banana may or may not have been spent. Not pointing fingers. But you guys wanted to burn the house down. Let's go over Tarin first. First of all, what is Tarin's inner monologue concerning the dreams he's been having?
At this point, now that it's actually, he can feel that it's having, physical effect on his ability to, be awesome.
Mhm.
He's gonna have to start researching them in the Arcana library.
Okay.
I'm
Tarin,
actually thinking for role-playing purposes, I might pick up the spell Dream instead of what I was thinking of next level.
Okay. You have an ideal. It is your duty to protect and care for the people beneath you.
Yep.
You abandoned all of those slaves that you knew were being abused and mistreated, and you failed to bring down the people that were oppressing and misusing them.
Yep.
How does Tarin feel about that?
He's pissed off and really wants to go back, but doesn't think he could actually convince anyone to go with him.
He wants to go back. And do what exactly?
And get rid of the Udocs.
Okay. Now, does he intend to pursue this in any way?
Honestly, yes. He'll be looking for ways that he could go back there and do something about this, because he thinks the entire affair is utterly disgusting.
Are you going to be
So, in the
playing
back of
next
his
Sunday?
mind- Yeah.
This week, think of what he wants to do in that regard.
Okay.
Like, do we want... Well, let's put this to the table then real quick. Do we want to turn that into an adventure path, bringing down the Udocs? Is that something that everybody kind of wants to pursue? Or is that something that Tarin wants to do kind of to the side?
Orphan would not want to do that because she feels loyalty to Roxy's, and Roxy's has said don't.
Yes.
Or Roxas said don't kill them. That's not
Well,
don't
what do you think
exile
was
them.
what do you think is going to happen if we go back there and try to take them down? Quote unquote.
I would be happy to put Roxas in charge. I just have to do something about his bastard half brother.
Well, now, you'd have to do something... Not his brother. His Chimera is his cousin, and
Yeah, that's
Yaemon is his uncle. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Also, like, out of character, I know some of the stuff like that, like the serpents not liking it and whatnot. But in character, you guys haven't necessarily shared that with Tarin, so that's also probably some point of frustration. Is like, as a player, I can see avenues to do this, but as a character, I can't right now.
Okay. Well, if you want to explore that option, then I can work with you on it. Now, you mentioned you were going to take the spell Dream.
Yeah.
Can you do that at this level up?
That would be my 5th level spell. Yeah.
Okay. Now, the old hard-ass 2nd edition GM that lives way deep inside that I'm trying to repress wants to dock you a shitload of experience for acting outside of the chaotic good alignment and against your ideal. But since you stated that you want to take that spell to look into these things that are happening to you, go ahead and take the level as long as you take that spell.
Okay.
Because I think we can do some fun things with that. Eldove. You got your ring back.
Now, Eldove.
What interests me about Eldove is he has a personality trait that says, I always remember those who do me a good turn and those who do not. The Udocs didn't do you a single good turn the whole time you were there. The Udocs did nothing but bad turn the whole time. So it makes sense to me that Eldove was very frustrated and violent at the end of that visit. His ideal is also respect is due to me because of my ancestry and should be given to those who deserve it. And he got none of that from the Udocs. Even after they acknowledged he was a noble, they didn't get any of that. He also says he's too willing to take risks as long as it seems that there's great gains. So this is a situation where the role-playing mechanics in 5th edition... Like, Eldove definitely acted outside of the good alignment, but he acted in line with his traits, his ideals, and his flaws very well. So everybody can level. But nobody stands to get banana. Because... Well, you all have banana, actually. Everybody has
banana except me.
And you can't get it until next session. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking about using a banana, and then we left town, so...
Yeah, I mean, like...
I actually wasn't going to attack the manacle, and then I literally was looking at my character sheet, and I was just like, fuck, okay.
So yeah, that banana ruined the story.
God damn it,
So
Khalil.
everybody can go ahead and level. I'm going to go ahead and open up chat. Hi, chat. How's everybody doing?